fupas. These are XLs, multicam black. Fanny packs. These are the small ones, multicam black, toxic thread. More fupas. We've got a lot of fupas going, XLs, danglers, and normal fupas. Padded night vision cases right there, multicam. We did multicam black yesterday. Multicam black Rally Man pouches going. These have adjustable lids. These will carry 2 AKs, 2 M4s, 2 AKs, 3 M4s, or 2 .308 mags. More of them over there. Roll-up dump pouches, multicam. We have a lot of mesh pouches going. Looks like combat coughs right there. More roll-up dump pouches right there. Toiletry bags with pink thread also. Gym bags. A bunch of zippered knife pouches. Several batches of those. Flat packs. We have all sizes, but those happen to be 4-inch flat packs. Thousands of uses for these things. These are fully lined inside, concealed zippers. Pocket organizers. I think we ran 5 or 6 different color combos of those today. Subgun micros, coyote and multicam. Large closed bags and multicam. Also, we have a few large tool bags remaining. We have a few tool bags, so both sizes. Got a couple of butt packs still, OD black. Double wide crossbody bags. These things came out beautiful. TIFF blue. We also have some going with multicam black with pink thread. Those will probably finish up tomorrow, maybe. Grocery bags. We've got lots of grocery bags going. Looks like I have 2 kit bags in OD black. We just did slings yesterday. I think it was yesterday. We did a run of OD. Looks like over half of those are gone already. I've got single points in a lot of colors. I think I have every color option of sling right now. Not the weird ones, but like all the standard black, OD, coyote. Toy Town, what's up? Landfill, what's going on? Hassfield, what's up? Hassfeld. Chuck Peoples, how are you? Ron Most, what's up? Warlike, how are you? Byron, Joe, Sonic, what's up? All right, I'm seeing 53 on here. 22 thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Leave some. Are you guys hearing me? I have very many comments. Picture good? Picture good? Sound okay? I'm not seeing any more comments. All right, that might be the end of the video. Type some stuff out. We will discuss. Man, slings are nice. I bought some slings. We're going to build a sling for Davis Lester, who has a shoulder issue. So I bought a couple just to have some patterns and kind of samples of. And man, these are nice. Trying to cut fabric straight line with scissors, not going well. Hold on, let me show you. Why is this foam all over the ground back here? Well, throw the cat out the fucking door. So, when you are see this here? I guess it depends what type of fabric, right? Soft fabric is typically a thinner fabric that will cut easier, but scissors, start with a very sharp pair of scissors, and I'm gonna take a bite here, right? Get it kind of started, and I don't ever, when I close the scissors, as I'm opening them, I'm sliding forward, so I'm never like taking chomps at it, so it's not ever going to be jagged. I keep it right where the cut was, and then once it's started and I can hold both pieces here evenly or put them between my body and the table, then I just slide it. These scissors have a dead spot in them, it feels like. These are not the scissors I normally use, but you can see here that I split the line. So that's what I'm after when I have a Sharpie. I have ink on both sides of the line. You can see I came off a little bit right here. But most of the stuff we build is going to be sewn like this and then a 1/2 inch in. Then we're going to edge tape it. So even if you have some deviation on the material, you're never going to see it. It's going to be buried in a seam, or even rolled over twice where you'll never see it. Josh, what's up, man? Combat Art, what's up, buddy? Finally catching you guys live. Watch after work around midnight, right on. Single point bungee. Still new to this, and while doing some training, I realized I need a sling. Are the ones you make adjustable? Yes, they are. Don't forget to join Discord and get in on the giveaway. What giveaway is that, Mr. Landfill? Not Discord. It's Patreon, buddy, if you're talking about ours. Kiri and I said, howdy. Hey, I was just looking at those fig trees. I literally was just thinking about you guys about 30 minutes ago when I was outside. Do gas masks come in extra large size for big melon people? I would assume so. There's probably an XL. Trying to cut fabric straight. So did that help any, Toy Town? What kind of fabric are you cutting, and what are you producing? What are you making? Termel, what up? Patreon, yeah, Patreon, guys. Got to catch the live with you, Nicole and Tim earlier. Tim seems like another great entrepreneur. Had no idea that Canada had anarchists. Oh, they have a lot of them, buddy. A lot of them. What do we know of Canada? What our mainstream media feeds to us. And you are a terrorist. You are a domestic terrorist because you use the word mainstream media. Or if we say things like, look it up, right? Look it up. Look, test, find out for yourself. Those are all classified as terrorist terms by your FBI, by your government. Tool Cove, what up? Mr. Greg, what's up? And yes, Toolman is awesome. I have some podcasts with him, actually. You should check him out on this channel if you want to know a little bit about Toolman Tim. Sharp scissors. Did somebody ask what scissors? These are whatever I can buy, and they always change, right? These are Westcott's, and we buy them at Walmart. We buy them at, is it Joann's? Joann's. I personally like these ones a little better, these Cabots. They look very similar, right? And I've also got orange handled ones. The biggest thing for me is, will my hand fit in these and pull out without having to use the other hand to pull them off? And it's getting harder and harder to find them. And I will buy them, even off Amazon, and order the exact same thing I've ordered in the past. And now they all have this bump right here. And I physically have to use my other hand to pull the scissors off of my right hand. Now these ones work pretty good. They're a little light though. These are Walmart cheapies. And you can sharpen them a bunch and then we just eventually throw them away. My table back here, which is always a complete wreck, you will see that I have same or similar scissors. These are Westcott's. And these are getting harder and harder to find. Westcott works way better than Chef scissors. Wrangler Star, can we get a selvage denim fupa? You can get whatever you want, buddy. I don't know what selvage is, but I'm sure that I have a message in my pocket right here in a minute that'll tell me what that is. But we bought, where is all that denim at, hon?
Over here.
I bought a lot of denim. We bought
The darkest denim we could find.
We bought all the dark denim we could find, somewhat local, and yes, we can do that up. Now this is thicker and heavier, but it's not as dark. This is dark. I've got some here that has like a spandex in it. It's horrible to work with. Denim and Louis Vuitton. Jonathan Yeager, what's up? You agree with Wrangler Star on the denim RT? Right on. What you guys don't know is we have actually made a few pieces with denim. Great seeing all the S we got on Wrangler Star, especially since I found his channel through you. Oh man, he's like the OG. He's been out there forever. Selvage is old school denim made from looms like in the 50s and earlier. Okay, awesome. Are you guys familiar with Origin, Maine? Jocko's tied in with them. And they have stood up a lot of the old denim, I don't know about a lot, but they have stood up old denim factories, and they have found the old workers and actually brought them back. And they're using U.S. cotton, and they're looming in the United States and doing turnkey cut sew. Origin, Maine. They also have a boot company, and jeans, 100% U.S. made. There's a couple other dudes too. Who did Andy Frisella have on the show? The two brothers that were doing all U.S. made.
I thought it was Origin.
I don't think it was Origin. Jose Rivera, what's up, man? Dark denim and OD. Yeah, it would. You know what else looks good? Denim and Coyote. I think that looks pretty good. No, you're not feeling it?
Come on, man. You're killing me.
Fupa fanny packs are the best. Weapons junkie, what's up? I am not a Canadian crossover who figured out this side had better rights. We are now losing daily. Yes, we are. Yeah. Whittle, whittle, whittle. Chip, chip, chip. Yeah, absolutely. It's not protect and serve. It's harass and disturb. It's collect. They are literally tax collectors, road pirates. And piece by piece, and they reinterpret the law. And every time somebody doesn't fight back, that's one more win for them. And they just take. Denim and Tiff Blue Thread. I have nearly unlocked another life achievement, almost used up entire box of SOE business cards. Awesome. How many's in a box, Amanda?
I think it's
1,000 cards?
I don't remember. I ordered 5,000 cards.
5,000. Eagle 357. What's going on, buddy? From Australia. Did you see it? Did you see a koala bear today? I know you're like asshole American.
Probably a deadly snake.
Probably a deadly snake. Every snake over there. Well, not everyone, but a lot of them. Tool Cove, what's up? Wrangler Star on YouTube just name dropped the fupa. I am aware. I was watching. I was on live feed when somebody told me that was there. By the time I saw it, there was 300 comments. I was outside. That they seemingly. And I love the toupee shorts, man. Love them. Love them. I would like to see that video. Toupee shorts, man. Love them. Love them. I would like to see that video about your grandfather's road badge. I saw it and I shared it to a bunch of people, and they immediately came back and said, "Hey, that video has been removed or deleted." I would love to see that. I'd like to hear that story. Got an order from a year and a half ago. Never shipped. Sent email back in January. Well, buddy, send an email and I will take a look at that. Josh Winnie. A few. How's that sound? Wrangler Star sent you 76 red pills. Well, welcome. So I started this company 35 years ago when I was I was a teenager. I'm 52 now. I own 52 sewing machines, and I live in a very, very small, impoverished county in Tennessee, Middle Tennessee. It's called Camden. We're the #1 impoverished county in Tennessee. We are #1. Our export is chert. It's like a red clay dirt. And we are best known for methamphetamines. And one of the biggest, our biggest import is Narcan. We employ everybody that we can. And I moved here, my family, my wife and I and kids moved here to Camden, Tennessee about 18 years ago. And I moved here to work in a very small building, which I still have up the street, with a couple of employees, and grow a garden and just kind of live off the land here in Tennessee. And fast forward years, a decade, I bought this property here 7-8 years ago, and I bought the building sight unseen. It was, the doors were welded shut. And it was a cowboy bar in here. It used to be a nightclub, and there was no electrical, and it had been highly vandalized. So we built it out, never having the intention of putting the company in here. We didn't really know what we were going to do with this place. I pictured campfires, bonfires, shooting range, dirt bikes, which we did all of that. We had a full-blown motocross track here with, enormous jumps. And piece by piece, we ended up putting the company in here and filled the place up. It's 10,000 square feet. We put a 6,000-foot loft upstairs. And then we have a few outbuildings. We're on 10 acres of property. And then I've got 4,000 videos here on YouTube, and many of them show a day-to-day kind of online diary of how we were building the building out. And a lot of the viewers were involved in that. Guys were saying, hey, you should do a spiral staircase. You should do a fireman's pole. You should, do the glass wall to look down into the garage. We did most of that. I hadn't even thought of most of that. We just kind of implemented it. And I said, yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. So here we are. And now doing the videos. We have parties several times a year, and we will have 1,000 people show up to a party from all around the world. And during COVID, during the lockdowns, I quietly kind of said, hey, we're going to have a small get-together, and we had about 200 people show up. And I said, man, I feel bad. I feel like I've let you down. I don't have a Ferris wheel. I don't have a killer whale. We don't have a bunch of machine guns. We don't have rock bands here. And they said, we don't care. We want to see the aquaponics. We want to see the rabbits. We want to see how you're producing food. So that turned into Self-Reliance Festival. And Nicole promotes and organizes Self-Reliance Festival, and we do that here. We will have our 6th Self-Reliance Festival here October 14th and 15th. 2 days prior to that, we're doing a Zero to Hero radio class that Evan Dixon's putting on. We're doing a half-day medical class that Chuck Peoples is putting on. Joel Salatin will be out here with about 40 other people speaking, presenting, and demonstrating. And then on Monday, we're doing a full poultry processing class. There will also be a butcher off. I think Friday, 2 butchers going head to head, and all that meat that is processed, I believe those are pigs and cows, ? That will all be processed and cooked, and we will consume all of that here during the event. And we bring in food trucks and chefs and catering and all kinds of stuff. There's something for everybody, and more importantly, people are always like, how do I meet like-minded people? Well, you'll meet them here. There are a lot of people. I use the example of New York and Florida and California. People come here and meet people that literally live 5 minutes away from them in the same city that they've never met. And there's over a dozen couples who have met and been married, and some have had children that met at Self-Reliance Festival here. And that'll be coming up here in October. And we would love to meet all of you guys. You want me to do my class Monday or Tuesday? Combat, I have no idea. Probably Monday. I mean, you're going to have people in town. You're going to kind of have an audience. But we're going to need some promotional stuff where we can funnel people to you for that. It doesn't I just need like verbiage, I need something that I can copy paste. If Scully has prerequisite for stalking class, I understand and will oblige. I'm sure that there will be some kind of prerequisites. Patrol class, yes. Homestead patrolling. Everybody who has a homestead, everybody thinks they don't need security, right? A lot of homesteaders are anti-tactical, and a lot of tactical guys, they're like, I don't need that homestead stuff. I'm just going to go shoot deer out in the woods. Well, you should try to defend a 10-acre property or a 40-acre or a 100-acre property. What does that look like if it's just you and your wife? When are you guys going to sleep? Because you have to have security 24 hours. Somebody's going to come take your stuff or your life. Monday, Tuesday, 2-day class. Put it up tonight if you'd like. Yeah. Throw it up there. I'll funnel some guys to it, man. Just had pork and some SOE freeze-dried cheese. Isn't that cheese good? SOE Kit gives me the fizz. I love it, man. I'd never heard the fizz. And when I asked what the fizz was, about 100 people sent me links to that Top Gear video. I love it. By the way, your desire for a train car, what car specifically and what kind of condition is acceptable for you? I know a few dozen or so around this area. Warlike, we've got some pretty close here too. If you're looking at train cars, you are well aware that a big part of the cost is actually transportation of the train car. There's a lady within an hour of here that brought in a caboose and another car and does a Airbnb. Pretty cool. No koalas today, plenty of kangaroos. We ship 200 to 400 orders every day, direct to consumer, CLM. You're the reason the post office is town. So we are very much the reason the post office. We were on the closure list. We were top 7, I think they said, in the United States. We were supposed to have to travel to the interstate. When we implemented the new Shopify store years ago, we upped our volume. It became very much easier for our customers to order. And it was somewhat automated. And we in fact got our post office removed from the closure list. I have a little plaque that they gave me saying that. Was at the county fair today. My drum student was there showing and auctioning off his annual pigs. He's assembled 2 ARs, working on getting parts for his new AR-10. He is skipping college. That's awesome. What is he going to do? That's awesome. Custom denim NSW. So the denim is not rigid enough to make the gear out of. So we basically stabilize it with Cordura. And what that means is we adhesive it or somehow attach it or quilt it in some manner so that it's backed up with Cordura. The Cordura, so the denim is really an outside covering for the Cordura. We still have to have Cordura on the inside, especially if you're going to actually use it, right? If you're going to put magazines and such in it, there has to be something that holds its shape and then has the abrasion resistance. So it's doable. It's a lot more work to do it. You're basically adding 50% to the labor, basically. And these machines, at least the way we have them set up, won't sew, clothing and such. So we have to stiffen it up. Heard about your battery issues on the live show today. I use solar chargers available at Harbor Freight. The panel mounts in the windshield. Ooh, I should try that. I got 15 or 16 things here that would benefit. I've got no-co chargers. I've been very happy with the no-co chargers, the smart chargers and the maintainers. And if you guys haven't seen the no-co jump packs, man, they'll start a diesel truck with no batteries in it. I mean, it's wild. Now those are bigger units. Most people won't need a unit that large, and some of these things run upwards of $1,000. But you can get a no-co charger that would handle almost what most people have on a daily basis for a couple $100. Freeze-dried cheese. Do you prefer as is or rehydrate? As is. As is. I did rehydrate some, and if you're going to rehydrate it and use it to cook with, cool. When you rehydrate it though and then you eat it, the mouthfeel is a little different. But I look at it as it tastes like cheese at Crackers, except it's just cheese. Agriculture field equipment, right on, man. Good for that young man. I'm scrolling back through these guys. Okay, I think we're fairly caught up. Brand will be here tomorrow. Scully will be here. We'll record the podcast. We will shoot a full build video of a product, and then we'll probably record some other content as well. We usually work from I'll be up at 4 tomorrow morning. And then Brandel and Scully get here about 9:30 to 10, and then we work all the way up to 5, 6 o'clock typically. 25-ounce Japanese denim will stand up. Sewers need to wear face shields because the needles explode. Right on. 25-ounce Japanese denim. I will look into that. Jason Barr, I'm glad that you love the pocket slide. It's such a simple product, and then until you use it, you don't realize how often you will use that thing, right? And there's so many guys carrying around expensive stuff in their pockets, and it really keeps it from beating everything up. Like this thing here is it's a workhorse, but you can see other stuff in my pocket have literally worn down the slabs on the side. And then this thing, it tears up all kinds of other stuff as well. So for guys that aren't aware, most of our bags, our tool bags, our backpacks, our medical bags, they're all Velcro lined. Rather than throwing in pockets and making you conform, we build the footprint of most of those bags around our zippered mesh pockets. In our zippered mesh pockets, this is a small, and this is a large. That's a large behind it. And the footprint is double the small. So on most walls, for instance, the tool bag, you can put a large mesh pocket or 2 small mesh pockets. When you step up to our large tool bag, you can put a large and a small on each wall, or 3, and you can mix and match however you want. We also have an extra small, which is half of the size of the small, so you can fit those gaps. Now what these work for perfectly the reason we originally did these was for the SEAL teams. And these large pockets will hold two 1,000 milliliter IV bags. And they'll hold a ton of other stuff. Now, me personally, even using tools, I typically prefer more small pouches than the large pouches. If I have large items, then they're fine. They just lay in there sideways. But if I put a bunch of small items in there, they fall over and they become disorganized. So for the most part, I run these. And I'll put hard drives, cables, phones, cameras, you know, anything I need to tuck in there and keep upright. And the beauty is they're stuck to the walls. So when you look down in the bag and you expand the bag out, you can put... All right, reconnect. So you can throw all your yellow tools or all your red tools down inside and still have all stuff on the wall sitting nice and tucked away upright. Does the mesh pocket fit in the fupa? It does. Yes, it does. The small one fits in the fupa. You don't wish you had a stalker, man. We've had stalkers over and over several times. We've had death threats on my children. We've had threats of abuse to my children. I mean, insane things. You do not, I know you say that jokingly, but Cody and John, same live scream, gives me the fizz. Right on, man. Thanks for being here, Mark. Pierre, what's up? Wrangler Star needs one for his 9400. My wife said, Amanda said, of course he has a brown Glock. And I said, yeah, brown, like the perfect color for Toyotas. She doesn't like that brown Toyota color. We have black Toyotas. Pierre, how are you? Mowing lawn tonight. Gas cap popped off after stuck on tree branch. Of course, I mowed over it. I had that happen on my skid steer. I was mowing tonight also. I have a 20-inch light bar on my X-Mark zero turn. These are the pocket slides right here. And we also make a 3-cell pocket slide. So you can put it in the back, flip it around, and then the items you have in there don't print. This will hold a right in the rain. This is the traditional pocket slide right here. And it's one cell here and then a cell here. So for instance, you could put a multi-tool in there of any size and then a large folder and pop them in your pocket, and they're not jingling or banging around, scratching each other up. Some stuff, you know, when I'm outside, it doesn't matter to me at all. But when I put on a nicer knife and a little bit nicer clothes, I definitely don't want those things scratched, especially if you have stuff with carbon fiber on it or such. Class has been added for Monday and Tuesday after SRF. Right on, man. My 1252. I'm not even gonna print. Prairie dog guy. Right on, man. Right on. Thank me for my service tan. Nah, I do like that Toyota. I liked that brown color Toyota. I think they called it sand. Since we know flip-flops and Crocs are off limits, is there any form of combat-approved chancla? Solomon's. I really like a Solos for a heavier boot, or if I don't want to put on full, you know, dirt bike boots, the Solos for like a dual sport work great. Changed enough diapers to dislike the color brown. I like the tan Toyotas too, and the forest green. Yeah, I like that forest green also. Using my SOE clicky pin to mark wood trim today. Right on. Which pin do you have, Pierre? We've done several nice pins, and then we also have the pins we send out, you know, with orders and such. Actual Bic pins. One of the most stolen things in the world, that and the lighters. That, the lighters, and your freedom. The 3 most stolen things in the world. The insulin pouch is a great tech pouch for cords and Power Beats earbuds. Yeah, we that EDC pouch is great for those too, man. If you've not seen the EDC pouch, Matt. Did you use a chainsaw today, buddy? When you see a tan Toyota, you are guaranteed you can get a free Glock inside? Nah, because that guy's probably got it on him. Tundra TRD Pro and Quicksand. I have a Tundra TRD Pro black one and a Forerunner TRD Pro black. Most people give away their freedoms easier than bumming a lighter. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. No. No. That can be a complete sentence. No. Quit smoking 18 years ago and still pocket lighters. Unintentional, just habit. Yeah, I bet. Do you use the shrink bags for packing your fresh chicken? Shrink bag, yes. No. We use a stand-up Mylar bag, impulse sealer, O2 absorbers, and they shrink down on their own. You could totally use the chamber vacuum sealer, though. Someone stole a pin off of my table at the fair. Also, a guitar pick is missing. Any regrets with the Toyotas? No, and I'll tell you, I own every brand of truck there is. Currently, right now, today, I own every brand of truck that there is. When I make videos with Toyotas, I tag the dealership we use, Cool Springs Toyota, and we have a relationship with the owner of the dealership, and he shares those videos, and all of my videos that have the Toyotas in them all have over 2 million views on the videos. I can't say that anybody else, Porsche hasn't done that for me. Range Rover didn't do that. Polaris hasn't done that. But Toyota does every time we use Toyota in one of our videos. Ship Zippos. We could trade for almost anything around the world with our Navy lighters. Right on. We've done some Zippos. We've also done some very nice billet Zippos that a Zippo insert fits into. When people ask to borrow my pin, I give them the pin, but not the cap. Oh, that's smart. Wait, people carry guns? That sounds dangerous. Are they loaded? Pierre, if you've not seen it, Wrangler Star posted a short today. It's the third short on his account. There's 800 comments in there. There are some wild comments. If you have a few minutes when you sit down tonight, I know you're not sitting down right now, give it a gander. There's some amusement in there. LeBron's son went into cardiac arrest at practice. That's terrible. There are some things in common with LeBron and his son. I'm sure you're aware of what those are. I thought LeBron's son was also a girl. I thought he was a she. 3,500 unloaded rides, rough for sure. Yeah, sure it does. Absolutely. Both parents were vax injured. If you look at Bet David, if you're not familiar with who that is, that's Valuetainment, right? He's had some very interesting interviews lately. He's always done great interviews. But where his money comes from is he owns a life insurance company. They are actuaries. And he is the one putting the numbers out that say the death rates are up 80%. 80%, the payouts are up 80% in 21 and 22. I think he said 22, early part of 21, for males age 18 to 65. What's the name of the podcast? Pulling the Thread Podcast. It's not actually on podcast platforms. It is on YouTube. We have a membership structure level of $1, $5, and $10. There are currently 34 podcasts. We did 126 episodes on all the podcast apps, audio only. There were also videos. We put the video up and then ripped the audio. We did 126 and then stopped, and we didn't do a podcast for several years. We brought the podcast back and started at 1 again. They're both called Pulling the Thread. Episode 34 is currently up. I think we're going to record 35 tomorrow. It's available to $10 members. It comes out for free, about 90 days behind. There's a lot of other content that's up there at the membership levels. Amanda and I sit down and we jokingly started as relationship advice, but really it's just ask us questions. We've been together for over 20 years. We've raised a lot of children. We've worked within the business together. We just, we have staying power, and people just, young folks ask us questions about how we did things. And we don't have the answers for everybody. We can just tell you how we do things and what has worked for us. And a lot of it is just business stuff too. Yeah, pure bloods. That's exactly what it is. No mud bloods. That's right. Pure bloods. Pulling thread is awesome. Been watching old ones sometimes too. Yeah, they come up for free. Like if you want to see what it is, this YouTube page here, this YouTube channel, I've got over 4,000 videos up there. And when it was me putting them up, I did not organize them. There was not great playlists. And we've been going through and organizing. By we, I mean somebody that's not me. And we've been organizing all that stuff. So you can find the Pulling the Thread podcast, and there's a lot of them out. I think you can get up to episode 17 currently, and just listen to them. See if it's something you're interested in. I also do a vlog called Day on the Compound, and that's just me here doing homestead farm garden stuff. And sometimes it's Amanda and I running around at Home Depot, or, eating sushi, or, there's a lot of different stuff in there. But the thing I think is important, or what I see as important, is we don't edit anything out. Like if you watch those videos and you feel like you know us, when you come here to one of our events, that's really who we are. Like that is exactly who we are. When I do a live video and walk all around the building, that's who we are. You're going to come here and see all of this mess, just like this, right? We don't film in a studio to lead you to believe that we are something that we're not. And there's a lot of times when I've gone and met YouTube people and personalities and stuff, and they're not at all what you thought they were. So it's important for me through my social media stuff that we show you exactly. We don't try to manipulate your feelings and beliefs about what we're doing. Site shows the EDC pouch in multicam black orange. Yeah, I can show you that. I can tell by your product pictures, you upped your game in several areas since your time with John. I think he was on that mission already. Some dude called PP1 Hacks SOE YouTube channel once in a while. Yeah, Panic Prepper 1, undisclosed location. Little satire skit we do. So this holds the 5x7 right in the reins. Pins, pencils, 3x5s. There's a lot of pocket layers here. Let me see if I can turn this around here for you. Well, I can. Let me see if I can get the thing not to fall. So you have a flat pocket here, all the way down. You have a big, you have a big field of Velcro right here. And then this here is a pocket. This is a pocket. These are pockets. Think challenge coin, gold Krugerrand, silver round, SD cards. And then this is a pocket. And this is a pocket. And then for your night eyes and your ranger eyes and your special edition patches, you can throw them on there or flag them on the outside. And then we gave you a spot right here for a snap link or a carabiner. And I have those in several colors. We've actually run quite a bit of these lately. These are the ones that remain. If we got a bunch of them, it's because we just made them. The acronyms on PP1 are the best. Heard from a reliable source that PP1 is a real dude. I don't know anything about that. You want to talk about a rough ride? Do a solid axle swap on an IFS Ford old body style truck. Yeah, or a Bronco, right? take those twin traction beams out there and put a, you know, something up front there, a 9-inch or whatever. Implemented a bunch of stuff you taught me the other weekend, helping so much. Man, combat art. I get a lot from you as well, man. You're trying. I'm very stuck in my ways, right? I know what works, but this pencil sharpener, I was very much against the pencil sharpener because they sharpen so sharp, and then the lead snaps so quickly. But this thing has 2 settings. I can go super, super fine point or not as fine. I can adjust it. And this sucker pulls the pencil down, and then when it's sharp, it pops the pencil back up. And this is USB chargeable. Very cool, man. Very cool. Have anything like the EDC pouch with a 175 belt loop? I don't. No. We made those for pockets. Because if it's on a belt loop and you're going to unzip it, chances are something inside is going to fall out of there. Whereas if it's in your hand and you unzip it, it's a clamshell and you can control the contents better. Plus, really I build things that I use and people close to me use. Like that's how this fupa, this was originally made because we were kayaking and Jeff wanted to carry a gun. And we made it larger. We actually called it the bird watcher rig. But it wasn't aesthetically pleasing because it was square. It was originally made to be a chest rig. We just put a fanny pack strap on there. When I wear them as a crossbody bag all the time. And the bag I really use is these small ones, these fanny packs, when we're doing urban exploration and such. I've got a ton of GoPro batteries. I've got headlamps. The light that I use the most is the stiletto. But I carry several flashlights with lithium batteries that I can just reload on the run. And then I've got a bunch of SD cards. I've got 2 extra GoPros in that. I stuff it full. Half a roll of toilet paper. Like we get down in these tunnel systems and stuff, or you get in these big old asylums, you could be in there for 4 or 5 hours, and it might take you 2 hours to get back to the entrance. So we always carry toilet paper. We carry some food with us. Can the slide holster be used inside the waistband? You could, but let me tell guys, the belt slide holster is not a good holster. You are carrying a gun to literally save yours or a loved one's life, right? When you shoot somebody, the question you have to ask is whose life are you saving? More than whose life are you taking? If you've got to pull that out to save your child or your wife's life, the belt slide holster is a very generic webbing holster that will fit almost everything, but it doesn't have that sight channel and the retention on it's not good. We made those by the thousands for the United States Border Patrol and a few other agencies. And the reason it's got that extra piece of webbing on there is when you rip your windbreaker open, the first thing you see, that's a badge holder on there. Guys also put a pager there. But to pull that gun out, if you have a super weird gun, those holsters are good for instructors when they have a guy that shows up with a pistol that they told them not to bring and nothing fits, they don't have a holster. It'll work for almost any gun. It is not ideal, guys. It is a $45 holster. I put more than $45 worth of gas in my motorcycle at a time. I run expensive fuel. Like, it's the deal, like, it's always a trip when a guy buys an $8,000 motorcycle and a $100 helmet, right? When you have worn a proper helmet, it just fits different. Like, I love Arai helmets. I've never put an Arai helmet on that fit me properly, though. I've got 20, 30 helmets back there. I like the Icon helmets. I don't think the Icon helmets are as good as Shoei helmets, though. The Shoei helmet, I feel, is a better rated. I've got some Euro helmets, too, some European stuff that's real nice. But it's like that. Buy you a proper holster for your pistol. And you have so many options right now. Eclipse Holsters, wonderful company. Female Marine owns the company, family owned. They're going to ship your stuff within a day or two. Even if they don't have it, they're going to build it. I think the kid over at T-Rex Arms, I think those sidecar holsters are badass. You want a custom holster? Christian Green will build you a holster for almost anything that you want a holster for. That's Green Force Tactical. You just have so many options right now for holsters. And I'm the dude that designed and builds these holsters, and I'm telling you not to buy my holster. Awry is like a couch for your head. Yes, I've never put an Awry on that fit. And I've even gone from like the small to the medium foam kit. I wear a medium helmet. And for you guys that don't know, it's the same shell, it just has a different foam inside. The dudes buying 8,000 bikes with $100 helmets don't have cash. It's all financed. Yeah. Been looking, like, I guess I just grew up, right? I'm not tearing a brand new car apart to put a sound system in it anymore. The sound system is better than my ears at this point that comes with the cars I buy. Been looking at the fupa, just waiting for OD Green to pop up. So West Virginia, OD Green won't pop up. I don't think you can even buy it. I don't think it's even on the website. We recently ran OD Black, which we run pretty consistently. Here's the secret, right? You guys know what In-N-Out is? They have the secret menu. You can order it if you know that it exists. Send me an email. If you see a product that you know you want and you haven't seen it come available, send an email. I'll get back to you, usually at 11 o'clock at night or so. And I'll put one online for you to order. And when the order comes through, I will push it over and go, hey, build whatever. If it's a weird thing, we'll build maybe 3 extras of it. If it's a common thing, like all these multicam black fupas, we didn't have these yesterday. A dude wanted to order it a couple days ago. I put one online, he ordered it. We ran a dozen extras of these. My problem here is manufacturing. I can sell $1 million of product a month, and I know guys, when they see that, they hear that, they think I'm exaggerating. That's no exaggeration. We can do $1 million a month. I don't have capacity. I own 52 sewing machines. I have never seen more than 20 of them run in this business since we've been in Tennessee. This is where we build all this stuff. It's made by human beings right here. They're all US citizens. They were all born here. And everybody drives over 45 minutes to come to work here. Some people commute even 90 minutes to come work here. I have girls on my floor right now that have been here 5 years that are making more than their mothers are making at Carhartt, and they've been at Carhartt over 20 years. I don't have the labor though. So we do small batch, very high end. I consider it a boutique business. I'm out here quality controlling oftentimes myself. Not by myself, but I, as the owner of the company, I sew every day. I was making 2-point padded slings this evening. I made some cell phone pouches. This is all my mess right here, right? I was sewing. When I stood up and stopped sewing, it all stayed there. And then I came over here and I was clipping and cleaning with my guy Jake, and we were running through these up until about 6 o'clock tonight. So I still have hands-on product. I just don't have enough labor. So if there's something you want, send an email through the website. All the emails still come to me, which is why you might not get it. If it's actionable, you will hear back from me. A lot of times, dudes asking, I'll just print the thing out and put it in motion. You might not get an email back. I do the best I can. I don't have an email person, right? People are like, well, you should hire customer service. Let me know what time you want to be here tomorrow. Because every time we hire somebody to do something in front of the house, they end up out back here. So send an email. Qualified labor. Shit, Mason. I don't even need qualified labor. I just need somebody that'll consistently show up. I've got girls working here and I'm like, hey, I'll give you a $3 an hour raise. You have to be here 40 hours. If you miss Monday or whatever, you're going back to your pay rate. The weeks that you don't make 40 hours, you're going to make $9 an hour. The weeks that you're here 40 hours now, I'll pay you $12 an hour. Well, I literally have those conversations, and they still don't. Half of them still don't show up 40 hours. The people we have are very, very good. I just need more of them. Never worn a mask, no, we never wore a mask. Yeah, Amanda. That's my wife there, Amanda Willis. She was in here cutting material until 30 minutes ago. She cut out 100 zippered knife pouches tonight. Tomorrow morning, she will be in here at 5 a.m. and print the orders from tonight, and then we'll pull orders, and she will ship all of the orders tomorrow. It's just what we do. Qualified labor, yeah, qualified labor is hard to find. 90 watching, 83 thumbs up. Hit that button. Helmet I wear inside my car is worth as much as some people's motor. Yeah, I have a carbon fiber air pumper helmet with comms in it. Beautiful helmet. But they're expensive. That's your head. That's your head. You know when you crash on a motorcycle, how it seems like it's in slow motion? And then when your head hits the ground, that incredible thump? Some people have no idea what you're talking about. But once you have that happen, you'll buy the better helmet. Or once you see a guy's helmet break in half, you'll buy the better helmet. My125. Hey, buddy, if you would, man, send me an email or a private message. I've tried 20 contract sew shops, and the samples you get are generally pretty good, but they can't duplicate. They cannot consistently hold the same product. So, and what I mean is, we'll get 3 different batches of, let's use something very simple here. Pelter wraps, for instance, right? These go around your hearing protection band to keep the sweat off your head and keep them from sliding. See how the air mesh there? See how those holes go side to side? They grab your head and keep them from moving forward. If that is indexed the other way, they slip and slide on your head. So when I have a sew shop build these, right? We've tried it many times. We'll get a batch that's this way, and we'll get a batch that's this way. Or we'll get a batch where this is right here, and then we'll get a batch where the Velcro's a 1/4 inch off. Well, a lot of guys order multiple products. So when we go to pull them, we have to then look at the product to make sure they all match. We have never had a cut and sew shop where I could put their stuff in a box with my stuff and blindly pull it out and not be able to tell which was which. So we've never used them. If you've gotten product from us, we built it. Now it's been for 35 years. Real helmets have a replacement. Yeah. There's adhesives inside those things, just like shoes. If you've got shoes that have glue and adhesives and you're storing footwear for the apocalypse and you go to pull those things out 5-10 years later, you will find that they are not holding together. What do you want? You want a lasted boot, right? I think that's what it's called, lasted, where it's all sewn together. Once you see your kid's face is not injured, but the helmet has been shaved down to the base, you buy a good helmet. Yeah. Our kids always had good helmets. Always had good helmets. How is the Whitney Farm soil doing? So I'm not sure which one that is. One is definitely outperforming the other. I have some very expensive Fox Farms Ocean Forest, and it is not performing as well as the cheaper Miracle Grow is. The Miracle Grow, the corn in the Miracle Grow is 2 feet taller and much brighter green than the Fox Forest Farm stuff. Padding outdates as well. Yep. Is there a way you can raise the presser foot on your 206? You can adjust the tension on. There is a way, but it's a little more intensive than showing you right here. But this right here is the downward pressure on your presser foot. YouTube it, buddy. There's gonna be really good videos on how to adjust the height of the presser foot. The Walmart brand came in 1 cubic bags. Gotcha. I'd have to look, Jeremy. There is one that's performing better than the other. I have it on all the tubs. I have it written down which is which. Can you order replacement hardware for the H harness? DJ Guzman, thanks for the super chat, buddy. What do you need? Just the plastic? What color plastic do you need? Send me a private message or an email, and I'll send you. What do you need? All 8 pieces? You need 8? You need 4? Where are we at? We need 4 tri-glides and 4 male buckles. Is that what you want? That's the only hardware on an H harness. Wrangler Star has some good content about American Boot Company up in the Pacific Northwest. Yes, he does. He went there. He and his wife went there and ordered a pair of boots. I believe he recently got that pair of boots and did an awesome interview with those folks. Are H harnesses coming up? H harnesses are never up. They're never available. We build them as you order them. We built 5 or 6 today. These H harnesses right here were ordered last night. They were built today. They will go in a box and ship tomorrow morning. If you have an open order for an H harness, chances are your order is not waiting on the H harness. It is waiting on something else. And a lot of times, it's waiting on whatever the promotional item was. And guys are like, hey, where's my order? I'm like, I can ship it today. We don't have the free thing. And that's an option that will expedite the order out. If you have an order for an H harness, and that's the only thing on the order, find your confirmation email, reply to it. We will ship your H harness tomorrow or the following day, but I don't believe that's the case. I thought your nickname was Cocaine Alligator. Man, you got a lot of nicknames. I don't know how you kept all them girlfriends straight. Thoughts on Orr Performance Ice Vents Pad? I'm not familiar with them. I don't know what they are. Still figuring out the layout on the LBV. Damn, it's comfortable. Man, put the foam inside and it will be 100 times more comfortable. It makes it rigid. Then you don't feel any of the stuff placed on the pals. None of Overton's girlfriends stayed straight. That's because they couldn't, once they were with Overton, man, they couldn't be with another man. Firefighter boots built for his son from that time. Oh, roger that. Skull helmets are just fashion. Guys, I've hit my chin on a curb. Like a skull helmet. It doesn't protect my face. And I don't get, like, more power to you, right? You're a grown man. You wear and dress however you want to dress, whatever you feel is appropriate. I'm going to laugh at you if I see you going down the street with no helmet and some flip-flops, but you're not my problem. Like, you do whatever you want to do. But when I get on a motorcycle and ride, things fly, they hit me in the eyes, right? They hit me in the face. I got to have goggles of some sort on. And I don't understand how guys can ride a motorcycle. My eyes water at 40 miles an hour. So I'm always going to have a full face helmet or a dirt bike helmet with goggles on. Squidly behavior. Real moto boots are clearly always required as well for me. So I will get on a dual sport bike, not to go riding for real, but I'll get on a dual sport bike with a pair of Solo boots. It's like the GTXs. They're a little stiffer. They're a heavier boot. Ice vents are legit. I have them on my micro rig. Very cool. If my daughter had a skull cap helmet on when she crashed, it sure did. Cody took some good. That's my son's name, Cody. One of my sons. In the chin guard with birds. Yeah, I had a bird fly right in my helmet. And around here we've got bees, and they're huge, and they will hit you in the corner of the padding and get up into your ear. It is the worst thing ever. Oh, there's a whole nother shelf there too I didn't see. Mayflies. Visor versus goggles. I don't have goggles yet. Ridden the ambulance 10 years. I've scraped up plenty of shorts and brain buckets off the road. Started wearing a full face helmet right after I got hit in the face by a grasshopper 7. Yeah. Holy shit, man. That could even be sutures. I wouldn't let this monkey ride around without a full face helmet. And look at stormtroopers, they always have full face helmets. Will the pocket Constitution fit in the pocket slide? It will not. The pocket Constitution fits in our pocket organizer, which is what all of these are. And that's what this right here is. And on the 4th of July, the promo code, we sent you a free pocket organizer and a pocket Constitution. And for guys that aren't familiar with these come with 36 inches of paracord and 2 grommets. These ones aren't complete. We put grommets in the corners, and you can run these around your neck, you can run them under your arm, or you can take the cord off and put it in your pocket. Full face helmet, my girlfriend's nickname in high school. Okay, I'm done. I do 8 miles per hour in my golf cart going down the orchard and my eyes water. That's what I'm talking about, Glenn. I don't know how guys do it. More power, more power. You're a grown-ass man. You do whatever you want to do. I do not. I don't pay your medical bills. You're not on my insurance. You do you. You do you. I also don't think there should be a law dictating that you wear a helmet. And they make great EDC med kits. Yes, they do, Chuck. You have shown us that many, many times. That's because Cross are a mile behind impacts. You mean Crocs? Is that what we're talking about? What up with all the antique taxidermy? Oh, Patrick, have you been here before, buddy? Let me show you. Let me show you. When people walk in here, I want them to think mad scientist, vampire, Dumbledore's office, right? This is a spiral staircase right here. You ever see Dr. Megorium's Strange Emporium? I think that was the name. Jim Carrey was in it. Cabinet of Curiosities. Island of Dr. Moreau. Like it, yeah, I like it. sit here for 2 hours. Step outside, come back in, and you find something else you didn't see while you were staring at it for 2 hours. I do need a phoenix. Definition of adulthood is you make the decision for your life. Those decisions have consequences, good or bad, indifferent, no laws needed. I agree. We only need 10 laws. There's only 10 laws you need. The Bible, the user manual for humans. Have you read the Torah? Do you know what the Torah is? There's a Torah for that. Some of it, it seems to make sense, right? There's a Torah that says if you're on a flat roof with friends, you should have a railing. There's a Torah that says if you got to poop, go out of the village and dig a hole, bury your poop. Like those are real. Those are things. Those are real. Let me turn another light on here so you can see some of this. But if you lived by those rules, if you lived by those laws, man wouldn't be able to steal from you, right? They have to create all these rules and regulations so that you can break them so that they can steal money from you. It's legal for a fee is what it is. Super rich people don't follow the laws. They just pay the fee. Has any of the collection been haunted? Yes, this piece was haunted. There was something, a lot of stuff started happening when this came in here. This sat wrapped in a heavy, like Indian blanket in the corner of my office, and weird shit happened for 6 months, and I never put it together. And I would be sewing downstairs a lot of times in the building here by myself, and I would see somebody walk past to my right. I would see a reflection in the windows of the 2 doors that go into the garage downstairs, and I would jump. But you'd look, and it wasn't there. And one day, one of the girls said something, and she said, "Is there a ghost here?" I said, "Why do you ask that?" She said, "Because every time I go back to get Velcro, I see something out of the corner of my eyes." And I said, "Yeah, I see the same thing." And then Amanda said something about it, and several of us had seen it. This piece right here has a very interesting history to it. This piece went with a friend of mine and was gone for about 6 months. And he has a very historic Civil War house. It's on a bunch of registries. There's some tree he has on the property that's the largest one in all of the world on his property. And there were slave quarters in the basements of his building. The shackles and such are still there. And I believe that whatever was attached to that thing stayed with the spirits at his house. When it came back here, none of the same stuff was. So there's still some things that happen every now and then. Now, when I started buying this stuff, I just started buying things that were just kind of bizarre and neat. And my buddy made this cradle right here that displays this. He also made this table right here. I wanted a table for Halloween. I could put snakes in the table, orange and black snakes. And these 4 drawers pull out. These came out of a factory. And these pull out. And that's what he built this table around these drawers. And these pieces came off of a house, I think in Columbia, Tennessee. They were corner supports for like railing and awning. But anyways, that's Southern Rust Furniture. He built a desk for Amanda also, very crazy steampunk desk. But there are still things. So when I started buying things, I was just buying whatever. It started with when we were doing the breakfast videos. A customer sent me a head of a snapping turtle, a skull, snapping turtle skull, and I thought it was really cool. And then a different customer, sent me the skull of a gabbling viper, and I thought that was very neat. And then Amanda bought me a beaver skull, and that started my skull collection. And then I thought, I wonder if I could have a human skeleton, and you could. Some of the laws have changed. A lot of stuff, up until 5 years ago, you could buy human skulls on Amazon. And turns out they were coming from China. They were Uyghur Muslims, probably. But there's a lot of medical preparations and such. It used to be old Americana, your old Route 66 and rural Route 69, right before the interstates came through and killed small town America. But you had a lot of doctor's offices and dental offices and such. And when those places died, a lot of those folks died with that stuff over the years. And those buildings sat unoccupied for years. And then they started revitalizing all those areas. And when they started going into these places, it was usually somebody bought them. A lot of times people bought entire city blocks, and just started you can buy entire towns right now in places. So a lot of times, though, it would just get passed on to the great-great-grandkids or whatever. And they had no interest in the history of their family. And, great-grandpa had traveled to Africa and the Orient and just collected things and, trophies or memories. When the kids inherit the property, the first thing they want to do is liquidate the property, so they take and put everything in a dumpster or they send it to auction. And a lot of times there's weird things there. And the laws have changed over time, but there's a lot of human preparations and scientific preparations. And if somebody's at the right place at the right time, a lot of that stuff's sitting in a dumpster. And then once it's in collection hands, it changes hands. And there's groups for that. But I was buying weird things, and I was in some Facebook groups, and then I got invited into other places. And I've made wonderful friends. Like, we go to a lot of the oddities expos and stuff. But that's where a lot of this stuff came from. But now I don't just buy things to have like a leopard skull, or actually I don't have a leopard skull, but a bobcat skull, right? I would just buy a bobcat skull so I had a bobcat skull, but that's not a good representation of a bobcat skull. That's a very small one. Black bear, brown bear, right? Smilodon, liger. So now I only buy things that actually have a heritage and, paperwork with it, because a lot of this stuff has to be pre-certain date. So if I have it, I have to be very careful that I have actual documentation that, there's never a legal problem with any of it. And I don't, there's a lot of stuff I just don't buy just because I don't need the hassle of the questioning if it ever came to be. So, but I buy, only real historic things now. Stuff that comes, and there's a lot of museums were privately owned. So when great grandpa died, a lot of that stuff, the kids, they just don't care about anything that happened before their lives anymore. Only found one half decent, actually feathered phoenix located in Ukraine on eBay. Half the size of a macaw. Got it, yeah. So that's bird taxidermy is actually expensive. Bird taxidermy is very expensive. There's some wonderful stuff that comes out of UK and Russia, but importation is the problem coming in the United States. We have this thing called the Marine Mammals Act, and the United States is the only country that follows it. So people that have very, very exotic collections, they usually maintain the collections outside of the United States. Yeah, you wouldn't believe what they think is important. Yeah, exactly. He said beaver. Beaver. Father's original photo studio was an old firehouse he bought at about 3 a.m. A firefighter fell down the pole 3 stories and died. His ghost showed up many times. Oh, I have no doubt, man. Last episode on the Exodus was compelling. My buddy was head of security for Jordan Peterson. Skeleton reminds me of my buddy's peckerbone cocktail stirs. His mother-in-law was a twat. Absolutely hilarious seeing her reaction at a party when she liked stir stick and asked about it. So we'll go from, we'll go, sometimes we'll just go to a state we haven't been to or a big city we haven't been to and just go to the antique store and buy the cool thing. The stuff we buy, there's not a typical buyer for it in most antique stores that frequent those stores. So the stuff we buy has usually been there for quite some time, or the owner has an attachment to it. So once we buy things out of an antique store, we'll go back in every couple of years sometimes, and they have nothing else that I want to buy. I've already bought what I wanted. They have the normal antique store stuff. And then the very high-end stuff, it never is available. Like, you never know that it's on the market. Guys that have collections like that, they know people that will buy it literally with just a text. So it never gets out on the market. What was the name of that haunted thing that I think you said goes on the chimney? I forgot. That's exactly what it is. It's a talisman of a burning witch, and it sits on top of a chimney. And it is said that witches will turn into smoke to come down the chimney while you sleep. And this is a talisman to ward off witches. It is a burning witch. There was 2 of them. When they went up for auction, they were supposed to go as one lot, and we were not able to secure both of them. My guy was only able to get one of them, and that is the one that you just saw. My 125. Yep, I'll be up in about 5 hours. I will go to sleep probably 11:30 and get up about 4:30. Michigan is having US 12 one side of the state to the other yard garage sale. Yeah, that's cool. We do like a 30-mile garage sale here, and then they do a huge one in New York. Ohio has some crazy, supposed to be very good antique stores. You have Round Top, Texas, would take you a week to see it. Brimfield is a very good antique flea market area. My wife said that's not going to stop us. I don't know what we're talking about. What's not going to stop us? All right, guys, I'm going to get off here in just a minute. Last comment, question, statements, anything you want to see before I turn these lights off? The witch talisman. Got it. Got it. Lucasville in Ohio. Lots of farm animals, antiques. Very cool. I have some good friends in Ohio. Mookie rigs, we're never going to redo the Mookie rigs, buddy. We did you talking about the big ones or the Mookie War lights? The Mookie War lights have been replaced. The big Mookie War rig has been replaced by the NSW chest rig. Nick on Scuffed Realtor channel. Pretty knowledgeable on antiques. Very cool. Saw some tiger stripe nylon, tiger stripe gear happening. Doing a piece for a buddy of ours, SF friend of ours. They're going to, him, Scully, and a couple other dudes are going to a Tavor class, bullpup class that Tavor's putting on. So we're building stacked micro rigs for those guys, and they had some specific colors they wanted. This is actually heavy. It's 1,000 denier. I don't know what mill this is coming out of, but it's a great product. It's very stiff. It's got a high coating on the polyurethane coating on the back. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a great night. We've got several videos and shorts that went up today. Check out Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, whichever platform you prefer. If you watch content, leave us some comments. If you see anything of value in there, please send it and share it to somebody. If you see anything funny or entertaining, send it to somebody you love.